877. Consider the quadratic inequality x squared plus 2x plus 1 is less than 4. For A, solve the boundary points. How many boundary points are there? Okay, so for A, what we're going to do is we're going to take x squared plus 2x plus 1 is less than 4. And then we're going to move this over and we get x squared plus 2x minus 3 is less than 0. Okay, so when we solve this quadratic for, when we solve this quadratic, then those 2 points or point that we get are going to be our boundary points. So I'm going to factor this. So this is going to be what, x minus or plus 3, and then x minus 1 is less than 0. And then I'm going to just use equals because, yeah. And so then as I do this, x plus 3 equals 0, so x equals negative 3, and then x minus 1 equals 0, and x equals 1. Alright, so now I'm going to look at the number line. And so we're going to get 0, and we're going to get 1, and then we're going to get 1, 2, 3, negative 3. So we have these two, negative 3 and 1 are considered our boundary points. And if you can see this, we have 3 distinct areas on the graph. We have before negative 3, in between 1 and negative 3, and greater than 1. So what we want to do for B, that's what they were asking us, how many, it says place the boundary points on a number line, how many regions do you need to test? And so when you look at this, we have 3 regions to test. So we have to test x is less than negative 3. We have to test x is greater than negative 3 or less than 1. And we have to test x is greater than 1. And so then C says test each region and determine which ones make the inequality true. Identify the solution algebraically and on the number line. Okay, so what we want to do is, if we want to test x is less than negative 3, we pick a value, so let's say negative 4. And so then we substitute that in, negative 4 squared plus 2 times negative 4 minus 3. And then we get, what is that, equal to 0. So we get 16 negative 8 minus 3 equals 0. So 16 minus 8 is 8 minus 3 equals 0. And then 8 minus 3 is 5 equals 0. So this does not check. So we're definitely not less than 3. So then we want to check x is greater than negative 3 and less than 1. So we need a value in between that. So I'm just going to pick 0 because it's easy to pick. So 1 squared plus 2 times 1 minus 3 equals 0. So we get 1 plus 2 minus 3 equals 0. So then we get 3 minus 3 equals 0, and so 0 equals 0. So this checks. Alright, and then the third boundary that we want to check is x is greater than 1. And so you pick a value. I picked 1 here. I'm going to pick 2. So you get 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 3 equals to 0. 4 plus 4 minus 3 equals 0. So 4 plus 4 is 8 minus 3 equals 0. So we get 5 equals 0, and this does not check. So because the only solution that works is between 1 and negative 3, that's our answer to this quadratic inequality. It's x is less than 1 and greater than negative 3, and that's our solution.